You must be the change you wish to see in the world, says Gandhi. Hi, it's Rhonda, the good influencer. Can you believe it? Episode 5. We're at the halfway mark towards the end of our first season together. I am so very proud of you for taking those incremental small steps, making small changes, creating you time. Did you tell someone about Wabi Sabi? And are you saying hello, goodbye, and thank you to create that karmic positivity? And the next big question is, have you practiced detaching and doing nothing about those emotional situations? Well, I certainly have. I'm in this all the way with you. And don't worry if you're just tuning in, this is the perfect time to start today. That's what our topic is about. Life is messy like a pile of laundry. So jump in and join the rest of us and sort it out. Well, let's jump in. Here we go. Episode 5. Life is messy like a pile of laundry. So jump in, join the rest of us, and sort it out. Hi, it's Rhonda, the good influence her. I want to use this episode to take a time out and share how and why I started this podcast. So let's back up to 2020. I thought I want to do a podcast. So I decided to start this podcast, but I had no idea how to go about it. I just had a desire to share what I know. I used to hear the great Oprah Winfrey say, "What do you know?" and share what you know. Well, this is what I know about truly being successful in life. It's not money successfulness, but it's happiness and contentment, that type of successfulness. I want to add more value and substance to our lives. I want to give and do my part in the mental health and self-empowerment movement that's happening right now. So, how can I accomplish this overwhelming goal of creating my very own first podcast? Well, one of the main metaphors I live by is keeping everything simple in simple terms. Did you catch the metaphor in the episode title? Laundry. I learned, again, very early by keeping everything in simple terms, I actually finish what I start. If I try to use my master's degree vernacular, then I start to drown myself and I start thinking and sinking and thinking and sinking to the bottom of an abysmal trench, and I can't even come up for air. I don't even try. I talk myself out of it, and then those what ifs start popping up. What if no one's listening? What if I get negative comments? What if I sound stupid? What if this is just a big waste of money? What if I don't even get accepted by iTunes, Podchaser, Spotify, Google Play? And what if somebody else is already calling themselves Rhonda, the good influencer, and she's better than I am? How do I get out of and stay out of this stinking thinking to live my best life and contribute to society? You know, even with my experience working in television radio for a lot of years, I second guess myself. We're all human and it happens to every one of us, even Beyonce, Rihanna, and Barbara Streisand. We're dissecting this topic because I know I'm not alone, and I know there's some of you out there that have been second guessing yourselves. What are you second guessing yourself on? Do you want a new career, but COVID-19 and other thoughts are talking you out of it? Do you just want to get in shape and lose weight, go back to school, or travel? Don't these sound like New Year's resolutions? Yep, I am bringing it up. It's time to talk about it. Here it is. It's March 2021. This is when most of ourselves find ourselves out resolution, meaning we're not even on track, or we're half on track, or we're just totally derailed and we haven't even started working on ourselves. Are you with me on this one? Because I have been there many times, but you know what? Not this year, not last year, or the year before that, and even the year before that one. Yes, I am on track and I'm doing better than I thought, and I want that for you. I know the pain and the struggle. Here is how I overcame being out resolution. I keep things really, 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 really simple. So simple that it's fun and it's funny. It is so easy for me to accomplish and stick with. Now, you're going to think it's silly, but it works. I look at my goals like piles of laundry. I got to do the laundry, right? A pile of laundry is a messy metaphor for life and the goals that you want to accomplish. We all do laundry every week, right? I actually do a load about every other day. You look at a pile of laundry, there's a lot going on. It's kind of like the situations in your life. You're involved, you're engaged, you're getting dirty, you're getting in it, you're familiar with it. That's the pile. Okay, so you sort everything out because you have to keep it simple. You put the light colors together, the cold wash, the hot wash. You learn early on that you can't just take the whole load and put it in the washer and wash it all together. It'll overwhelm everything and ruin your clothes. That's taking that one big step. That makes your life chaotic. We don't do that. I like to stay in odd numbers like piles of 3. That's much easier for our brains to handle. Okay, you wash each pile separately, right? In the right water temperature. You take that pile out of the washer, put it into the dryer. You take the other pile and put it into the washer. You dry that. You take it out of the dryer. You fold that. And you keep doing this process over and over and over again until you're finished. And then you start over the next week with the rest of the new laundry that's dirty. Well, we've all been doing laundry, so you can do this. You can accomplish your goals. Now, be honest. The reason why it's March, the third month of this new year, and you're behind on your goals is because most of us want to do all the laundry at once and get it over with. But it doesn't work like that. Remember those incremental steps we talked about in episode 1? Well, that is how you get to the finish line of your goals. We get caught up in being so serious and having such high expectations. We shame ourselves because we can't take or make that big step. We should ourselves. I should have. Boy, I have shoulded myself a lot. And here is the big one. When we see it as a failure, then we add that word never. And that is the TKO punch that keeps us knocked out and feeling bad. What you're really doing is living by fear and ego. The fear of not taking the proper time to accomplish your goals, and the ego of being judged, your own judgment. So you can continue through the month of March into the new year without fulfilling or making a real effort to attain your New Year's resolutions. I know this all too well. I humble myself to you to let you know that I have done this. And then the next year rolls around, the same thing happens again. And then we just have all that negative self-talk. My true success started when I learned how to lighten up the load on my shoulders. I'm just one person in this thing called life. I play a small role like everybody else. I asked myself, what is more important, to live my dreams or not live my dreams and stop beating up on myself? Both are good choices, but I would rather live my dreams. So I started this podcast like I started my laundry. Honestly, that's the truth. I dumped the idea on the table, the podcast. I sorted out what it would be. And from there, I came up with 2 more podcast ideas, like creating a load of light wash and cold wash and dark wash. I took the warm wash, which is this podcast, and I put that one in the washing machine. And I found a podcast school, an online school on YouTube, and I learned the process. Then I needed detergent. And that's the host or the website that I use to launch my podcast. But I also needed the water, right? And that's like the equipment, the microphone and all the other tools that I needed. And I started the load of laundry. And I just keep doing more loads and creating another episode after episode and so on. And here I am. This is so silly to me, but it is the simple truth. We overcomplicate life. I know I sure do. You know how I lost a lot of weight? I don't eat as much food. Duh. My whole approach to life is to not overcomplicate my life and just stick to the basics and apply the basics. Like episode 4, detach and do nothing. Don't step into an emotional situation. Episode 3, be polite, say hi, goodbye, thank you. You will be considered a respectful person in your community and you'll create that karmic positivity. Episode 2, wabi sabi and kintsugi. Show the real beauty of your life. The things you've tried but you failed at, but illuminate them with gold for everyone to admire your courage and bravery. Episode 1, just take the small steps, small change, and the you time. Congratulate yourself on those small steps in each and every one of them. Can you look back at when we started this journey on January 4th and see how it's added up into all one big, huge step forward now? I'm so proud of you. I challenge you to think about a goal that you want to accomplish and keep it simple. Can you see or imagine it like a pile of laundry? Just sort it out into a couple of manageable piles to conquer. I hope so. We're all well on our way to the second half of season 1. We're ready to climb Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid. I hope this episode inspired you to lighten up on yourself and get back on track, get back in the game of accomplishing your personal goals. Just keep it simple. Please, leave me some feedback on what you're doing and how you're doing. Talk to me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I love to show my support to you. And congratulations. Well done for completing the first half of season 1 of the Good Influence Her podcast.